In nature, there are animals that make you stop and think, how is this even possible? Now you will see 15 examples, one by one, each with an impossible fact and a hidden mystery. The most intriguing part is this: even when science seems to explain them, the main question still remains unanswered. And at the end, I will reveal the one reason that confuses people the most. Bat. A bat doesn't rely on its eyes in the dark. It sees using sound. Even while flying at high speed, it can strike tiny insects with incredible precision, as if an invisible map were guiding it. Wing beats, turns, and speed change instantly, yet it never collides. Science describes this ability, but how such accuracy is naturally tuned still amazes us. Transparent-headed fish. This is the transparent-headed fish. The front of its head is literally like glass, and its eyes are hidden inside. The most astonishing part is that its eyes don't only look upward. When necessary, they can rotate forward. Seeing how this fish looks in complete darkness leaves people stunned. Science has described some of its mechanisms, but why this glass head evolved in exactly this form remains a mystery. Desert ant. A desert ant runs across the desert, finds food, and returns home in a perfectly straight line. The most astonishing part is that its brain is extremely small, yet it seems to calculate distance. Scientists say it can detect subtle patterns in sunlight, but people still struggle to believe it. Science explains the process, but finding such precise paths with such a tiny brain still feels like a miracle. Giant squid. The most terrifying thing about the giant squid is its eye. In the pitch-black depths of the ocean, it can detect even the smallest movement. Its eye is sometimes described as being the size of a dinner plate. The greatest mystery is that we rarely see this creature in nature, so its hunting behavior is still full of unanswered questions. If its eye is that large, then what exactly is it watching for? Seahorse. In seahorses, the most unusual thing is this: it is not the female, but the male that carries the baby. The female places her eggs into a special pouch on the male's body where the embryos develop. The most astonishing part is that the male provides nutrients and protection and then gives birth to live young. Science studies this process, but this complete role reversal in nature still feels unbelievable to many. Vampire squid. The vampire squid lives in one of the harshest environments on Earth, where oxygen is extremely low. The most surprising thing is that it doesn't rush or hunt aggressively. It saves energy, drifts slowly through the water, and collects tiny food particles falling from above. This lifestyle feels strange because deep-sea creatures are usually imagined as predators. Science explains its adaptations, but surviving with so little oxygen still leaves people in awe. Hummingbird. A hummingbird is not an ordinary bird. It can hover in the air and even fly backward. The most incredible part is that it doesn't just fly, it controls the air with extreme precision. Its wings beat so fast that your eyes can't follow them, yet it remains perfectly still in one spot. Science explains wing motion, but why such precise control exists in such a tiny bird still makes people wonder. Elephant seal. An elephant seal dives so deep that most people would not believe it even if they heard it. The most incredible part is that it holds its breath for a long time and hunts in complete darkness. Its body saves oxygen, its heart rate shifts into a different mode, and everything adapts. But how the brain, eyes, and entire body continue to function calmly under such extreme pressure remains one of the greatest mysteries. Spiderling. A baby spider releases a thread and lets the wind carry it away. The most amazing part is that it doesn't just travel a meter or two. In some cases, it can be carried across enormous distances. The scene looks like a living parachute. Science calls this a dispersal method, but how such a tiny creature can catch the wind so perfectly still defies logic. Glass frog. A glass frog has a transparent belly and its internal organs are faintly visible.
When it rests on a leaf, its body blends in so perfectly that predators fail to notice it. Studies show it can even hide its blood circulation while resting, becoming even more transparent. Science explains the mechanism, but disappearing to this degree still shocks the human mind. Falcon. When a falcon dives, its speed is so extreme that people ask, is that a jet? The most astonishing thing is that even at this speed, it can strike its target with millimeter-level accuracy. Its body withstands air pressure, impact, and sharp turns in ways that seem unreal. Science explains speed, but how such perfect control is programmed in nature remains an unsolved question. Antifreeze fish. Some icy water fish live in places where ordinary animals' blood would freeze solid. The most amazing part is that their bodies contain special mechanisms that slow down freezing. Even when surrounded by ice, they keep moving and searching for food. Science explains how this works, but this balance against freezing still feels almost miraculous. Sea turtle. A sea turtle can swim thousands of kilometers and then return to the exact same place. The most surprising thing is that even though the ocean looks the same everywhere, it never gets lost. Research shows it uses Earth's magnetic field as a guide. But how this internal compass is written into the brain still amazes scientists. The biggest mystery is this: on its very first journey, with no experience, how does it find the right path? Portia jumping spider. There's a stalking spider called Portia. It doesn't go straight towards its prey and sometimes deliberately takes a long detour. Experiments show it seems to decide its route in advance. Often, its prey is another spider, meaning mistakes are not forgiven. Science can observe this behavior, but how such a complex plan emerges from such a tiny brain remains a living mystery. Arctic tern. The Arctic tern is one of the longest migratory birds in the world. Every year, it flies almost around the entire Earth and never loses its way. How it knows where food is and where danger is feels like an internal map. Science mentions natural cues, but the perfect planning of such an enormous journey remains a mystery.